Welcome back, everyone, to Fireside Sports. I'm Kendall Capps.
And I'm Andrew Williams.
All right, Andrew, we're at the Final Four. It's finally here.
Yes, hopefully you were one of the 2 people out of 6 million whose brackets had all Final Four teams.
I know I certainly didn't. I actually had none of the 4 teams. It was not the best years of picking brackets for me.
So yeah, I feel pretty good. I picked Butler to be in the Final Four. Very few people saw them going back. Now, I'm a little of a Butler homer maybe, but still picked him back. However, I did come on this show last week and make fun of Virginia Commonwealth and say they shouldn't even be in this tournament.
Yeah.
And here they are about to play.
And they've shown to everyone, and I as well, I didn't see it coming into the tournament. You look at their resume, I still think teams like Colorado might have had a better regular season resume, but once you're in, anything can happen, and they've proven that they belong in the tournament.
Well, and to me, I've heard a lot of people talk about how this proves that they should have been in the tournament and the selection committee got it right. But to me, this only proves that the selection committee needs to get it right, because it proves that any team that makes this tournament can go to the Final Four. So like you said, you never know when Colorado, Harvard had been in the place of VCU. Maybe they can make a run at it too, and maybe feel a little more stung today watching a team they think they were better than in the Final Four.
Well, it's just been an amazing tournament overall, one of the best ones in recent memory. For the last 3 rounds, almost every game has been close, and the only blowouts it seems like that you've seen this year in the tournament were lower seeds blowing out bigger seeds.
Surprise
like VCU
blowouts.
Blowing out Purdue and Kansas
and Georgetown.
It was amazing what they put together. They have a hot streak coming in, but really a lot of teams do. Kentucky in the SEC tournament, they won the tournament. They were hot going in. Connecticut won the Big East tournament, won 5 games in 5 days. They're hot. Butler hasn't lost in almost a couple months.
I think they won the 9 games going into the tournament. And then, yeah, VCU hasn't lost since the title game of their conference tournament to Old Dominion.
All right, well, how about we break down those matchups? You got over on one side, you got Connecticut with that hot streak. Kemba Walker on fire every game playing Kentucky.
Like you said, Connecticut played 5 games in 5 days in the Big East tournament, and they beat teams like Louisville, Georgetown, Syracuse. They go to the tournament and they beat, a couple smaller teams, and they beat Cincinnati. Yep. They take Arizona. But this team played Kentucky in the Maui Invitational at the beginning of the year, beat them by 20 points. Mm-hmm. I think Kentucky's come a long way since then. I think UConn has too, but I think Kentucky's freshman players have started to get a lot more mature.
They have. They've grown a lot this year. I thought maybe they should have been a 3 seed, possibly a 2 after beating Florida in the grudge match in the 3rd game that they played this season. Instead, Florida got the 2, they got the 4. They had a really tough road to hoe getting through Ohio State and North Carolina, and they're playing really well going in, but I really believe in this UConn team. I think they have depth now. Lamb is really stepping up. He's big down low. He's able to get block shots and chain shots. And Kemba Walker is finishing games in a way we haven't seen in the tournament in recent memory. And I think Connecticut might make their way into the title game.
See, I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to go with Kentucky because of Knight. Travis Knight for Kentucky making big shot after big shot, and they are athletic, they are fast. I think they can keep up with the Kemba Walkers, and I think those guys have come a long way. They lost 4 players last year to the draft, and have a whole new crew. I think it took them about half the season to get rolling. Now they're on it. I think they're gonna outrun Connecticut.
All right. Well, how about over on the other side, the just shocking side in 11 versus 8, VCU, the playing game. Who penciled in playing game winner initially, or now they call it the first 4.
I don't think anybody did. It's hard.
It's really
a hard
difficult
team,
against Butler, a team that not a lot of people gave respect to. I mean, they had them as an 8 seed despite winning their conference tournament, playing well down the stretch. They had to go through the likes of Pittsburgh and Wisconsin, some other really solid basketball teams, Florida, and they were able to find their way back in again because of how they play in crunch time and defense. And it's going to be really difficult for them.
Well, and these are 2 teams that have come a long way. Butler had losses, a 3-game losing streak, losing to Valparaiso and Youngstown State. Mm-hmm. And VCU also started off the year rocky, picked up steam, and they've beat a lot of teams. Like you said, they beat Kansas. They've beat a lot of big seeds. Butler knocked off Pitt, Florida, but I think Butler's experience is going to take over here. You've got one team that's never been this far, one team that was here last year. Everybody on that Butler team was playing solid minutes in the Final Four last year, and they play the type of game that VCU plays.
Yeah, that's one thing that I really like. They can get up, they do turn the ball over a bit when they face a press, which they're going to face most of this game. But their ability to lock down on shooters, stay out on 3-point shooters,
guard that line.
That is how VCU has made their way through this tournament, shooting so many at such a high frequency. It's been amazing what they've done. I think in this game, it's finally going to turn, and I like Butler to also get to the title game.
I agree, and I think VCU, the way they play has worked really well against these big, long teams like Kansas, that they can go out and surprise them with how quick and fast they are. But Butler's another small team. I don't think they're going to have that edge, and I think Butler's going to play their kind of game. I think they're going to play
smarter and more experience, absolutely, and they'll find their way in the title game. Well, that's going to do it for this week on Fireside Sports. Alongside Andrew Williamson, I'm Kendall Capsule. See you again next week.